window. I got the formula, stacked them bags up in simple, and wait until we explode. I'll meet you at the...
Good evening, everyone. I am known as Mr. 13, and today I would like to talk about why we should watch April, May, June, and July. First, we could talk about how Russia is launching their CBDC at April 1st, 2023, at the same time frame of Japan. Then we could talk about how US is launching their CBDC around July 2023. As you can see here, the Federal Reserve Bank of New York is working with the Monetary Authority of Singapore for cross-border payment system. Then there's Singapore working with partners in several other countries on Project Ubin. And here, Project Ubin uses distributed ledger technology. And remember, I said 5 years. 5 years for each phase. Phase 1, to tokenize SGD. Then there's phase 2, to reimagining real-time gross settlements. As you can see, all the partners, Accenture, R3, IBM, Consensus, and Microsoft. Then there's phase 3, to deliver versus payments. Then there's phase 4, cross-border payment versus payments. Come on guys, that's literally XRP. Going to zoom into Spot real quick. So on top, it says cross-border interbank payments and settlements emerging in opportunities for digital transformation. Provides an initial framework for the global financial community to assess cross-border payments and settlements in greater depth. Do you know what that means? That's really huge. Here, I'm going to zoom in. Do you even see what I see? Watch, I'm going to zoom in really close. Do you see what I see? Jasper and Ubin designed paper enabling cross-border high-value transfer using DLT, distributed ledger technology, which is purposely different design option for cross-border settlement system. So do you guys think XRP could actually hit 4 digits to literally 7 digits? I mean, in my case, I believe so. If you can actually think about like Russia, China, they're all going back to gold currency. And how would you like send those currency in the fastest way possible? And that would cause like literally the whole ripple effect of other countries going back to gold. And when that happens, our dollar will start falling like really dramatically. Like no one would really want our dollar anymore. It will be useless. And soon the US will have to follow through the protocols, going back to gold currency in a digital form somehow. And we definitely know our dollar is definitely fake money because we've been printing that money for the longest time. And the more we print, the more we devalue our dollar. And that's how we actually get inflation. And everything goes up, your rent, your like all bills, the food you eat, the clothes you wear. I mean, come on, oil, resource, everything. Like it ripples affect everything. I mean, why do you think we're in the war in the first place? Since the First World War started, then the Second World War with Hitler. I mean, you have to find out who all these people are, and his whole original family is like a web, like a dark web, basically. Then light it up on fire and follow the trails where it takes you. And it leads you to like main boss, mini boss, and then mini boss again, then the big giant boss, then those gigantic boss, then those mafia boss. You know what I mean, right? I mean, information is everywhere. You just have to look. And you know what? That's the problem. No one really looks because the media controls everything. I mean, they do own the media and They literally own every single company out there, like BlackRock and Vanguard, State Street, and let's say they actually own 15 different companies, right? And those 15 different companies own like literally like 50 other mini companies, and those 50 mini companies actually own like 10 more little mini companies. Like, that's literally ridiculous. That's literally overpowered. And as I said before, Russia and China and every other country is going back to digital gold. But how would you transact that in the fastest way possible and as a low-cost transaction fee and a low cost of energy? They would have to use a cross-border payment system rail for make everything low-cost transaction of all of it. Like XRP, for example, because it can actually track and trace of all things, even commodities like gold, silver, precious metals. I mean, everything, literally everything. Cars, building, NFTs. And if XRP can actually track and trace of all things, then we could actually use this to track and trace our US dollar coin and other all currency, since it actually do cross-border transaction currencies from all countries, which means we can actually track and trace criminal activities on a distributed ledger, because everything's run on a distributed ledger, as all countries agree upon to use cryptocurrency as a risk of needs. Since XRP track and trace, we can actually track children trafficking, gun smuggling, weapon smuggling, all type of funds of terrorists. I mean, all of it. And if we could actually stop all these criminal activities, do you think we could stop all kinds of war by using XRP as our utility to track all criminal activities? And that will lead to funding better things for better future and better jobs, create new things. I mean, literally create a whole new utopia with full of people with holding XRP in their pockets. But anyways, I'm gonna go back to this. To begin where I left off, phase 5, enabling broad ecosystem collaboration. Next, I'm going to talk about how the UK and Basel III and Financial Service and Market Bill is all related, and how Singapore is related to the UK. I'm not sure if you can see it, but I'm gonna zoom in a little bit so you can see. Today is March 15, 2023, and this is posted on March 15, 2023. And I think we are waiting for a bill to be updated of the Financial Service and Market Bills. And in this PDF, it shows that cross-border payment in some sections, at least 4 sections. And here how the bill is very important to the UK foundation of structure. This bill will lead us to move forward to all regulation of financial world. And here it says to fix income and derivative markets. Do you know the derivative market size is? Just about $12.4 trillion. And if Ripple is trying to aim for that price range of all the money in the world, which is derivative money, that's really all the money in the world, or at least almost, or a good chunk of it. If Ripple could actually do that, maybe it could actually aim for a bigger price range, like notional derivatives, market size, which is $600 trillion. $600 trillion is a lot, but I'm pretty sure there's infinite number that actually could exist out there, even beyond trillions dollar, even quadrillions and pentatrillions. What if that's what Ripple trying to do? Just by compressing a whole lot of money into one little digital token, just about like $1 million into a token, it's just about good. Now just imagine over literally, I don't know, 10,000 people have over 5,000 tokens, and beyond that measure, even like the people under us. Like, do you know how crazy that is? Like, we gotta save the world together. They can't stop all of us who are millionaires or billionaires or even beyond that measure. We could definitely build a whole new utopia in the future. And then here it talks about digital euro, how it's gonna be implemented fully in October 23. Next, I would like to talk about Basel, maybe Basel 4. I'm gonna just scroll in just a little bit, just so you guys can actually see. Do you guys see it? It says level playing field right there next to Basel 4. And here is Basel Gloss, if you guys want to check it out. I believe they said Basel 4 would start in January 1st, 2022 to January 1st, 2027. And that would be the end game. And if you see right here, Basel 4 could be actually the Big Bang or the end game. And this looks familiar, right? Is Ripple is more than just part of a bigger picture. That's for you to decide. Do you want to be part of the bigger picture? That's for you also to decide. I think we can actually save the world together.